You should ask the facility if the doctor actually gets hands-on in the procedure itself. When I did my procedure, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jay, your registered nurse here. And yes, I got a pink silky on, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and I'm trying to get them waves. Today we're going to be talking about the 10 things you should know and consider before getting that hair transplant. It's a big decision, so let's jump right in. So the number one thing, honestly, I think everybody should know before getting a hair transplant, you should ask the facility if the doctor actually gets hands-on in the procedure itself. When I did my procedure, the doctor only made the incision sites. However, his technicians did the placement of the grafts, and a different medical doctor did the extractions and harvesting. So this is just a good thing to know prior to surgery for you guys. You want to ask these questions so you can ask how long the technicians have experience with such procedures and with the company. And you want to ask the doctor themselves how much they'll be hands-on in your actual procedure. I was looking forward to my doctor doing the whole thing. Unfortunately, I never had the chance to ask that question. So ultimately, I found out during. The second thing to know is, are you gonna get a FUE or FUT done? A FUE is follicular unit extraction. That's what I got. That's where they take each unit of hair by itself and individually place it into the front. FUT is the strip method, AKA the smiley face method. FUT works for people easily who tend to grow their hair out longer, and FUT gives you a better chance of getting more grafts to the front. FUE, you're probably gonna get less grafts. However, the donor scar is less noticeable. However, you will still have scars. Miniature, small scars where they do the puncture sites. That's why this ties into the next thing you should know is do your research and look into the clinics to make sure you go to a good clinic that's not gonna have the back of your head looking like Frankenstein. Okay? You don't want to be looking crazy out here in these streets. So make sure they don't over harvest at the clinic you go to. Make sure they're not known for it. But at the same time, you want the best results you can, so you don't want someone who's scared to do the puncture sites in the back. However, you want to fall right in between in that perfect medium to get the hair transplants. The FUT, I couldn't get FUT, at least for me, because I have a history of keloids. This is also something you should know before getting your hair transplant journey. If you suffer from keloids or bad scarring, you're probably not going to want to go for a FUT. I personally have suffered from a few keloids. However, the doctor I went to told me that they are perfectly confident in working with me and they'll get me through the process with no keloids, hopefully. And I took that chance and I felt comfortable enough to take that risk. That's why I say to do your research with your company so you'll feel comfortable too. Another thing you should consider and know for your hair transplant is settle your expectations, all right? If you're hell-bent on having an afro, I hope you have a lot of donor area, okay? You're probably gonna need 1 or 2 surgeries, or you might get a really good max session in another country and they might do a great job on you, okay? Like I've seen people get 5,000 grafts and their head looks great. Some facilities really know what they're doing. That's why, again, I say just do your research. Okay, but set realistic goals and expectations. For myself, I just want a light to a dark Caesar. I don't really care about having an afro. I'm good on that. I never had that type of hair or long hair or thick hair. So I just kind of want it to look like this with this a bit more filled in. Honestly, I'm actually on pace to fulfill my expectations. So the main thing with that, I'll say it again, have realistic expectations. So this is simple, but I do want to tell you guys, you want to have a great support system in your life. Whether that's your girlfriend, whether that's your boyfriend, whether that's family, whether that's a YouTube channel. What up, my guys, my girls, my family? You're going to have lows, you're going to have highs, you're going to have some times that it feels like a roller coaster. You're going to have times where you're in a lot of pain and you just want somebody you can confide in, someone who believes in you, someone who believes in your journey. Okay? Have a good support system. Definitely, you should know this before going into having a hair transplant. Another thing you should know and consider is that money in regards to this hair transplant can go really low or really high. Some clinics in Turkey or overseas might do a hair transplant for about $2,000, upwards to $8,000 to $9,000, $10,000. However, I got mine done for $15,000.
Oh shit.
It wasn't an easy $15,000. Oh, here, you can take my money. We spend $40,000 on cars. Why can't I spend $15,000 on something I walk around with daily because I believe in it? Because I want to take that chance to make it better into my liking. So don't use money as a judging factor. It doesn't matter. You can get it done for $2,000 if you feel comfortable and trust that doctor and medical staff. Guess what? Take that leap. It's no better than a leap of faith, or no worse than a leap of faith than the person spending $15,000. It's where you feel comfortable, and it's whom you trust in your research. Now, a great thing that I actually did before getting my hair transplant is I set time in advance with my job to get 2.5 weeks off of work. Now, not only does this put me at decreased risk for catching infections, however, my hair and my body get a chance to get back to its equilibrium and normal state because our head and our body is in shock. Your immune system is a bit out of whack. You're gonna be on antibiotics, anti-inflammatories, and pain medications. Your body's gonna be going through a lot of things. So if you can be home during this time, this will be amazing. I think this will put you in better position to get the results you desire. So finally, we're gonna look into donor area, and there's some key factors here. We're gonna talk about 3 factors. The first one being, do you have good donor area? For me, I don't really have good donor area, and right here, I'll show you what my donor area looks like. So naturally, I didn't have a thick donor area per, square centimeter or whatever the measurement is. However, I still wanted to take this risk. Now, if you have really thick hair and a lot of hair follicles, you're gonna have a way better chance than me to get the desired, results you want. However, I don't have that thick of donor area, so I speak for the people who have the thinner donor area. It's still possible, but again, you have to set realistic expectations. The second thing in regards to the donor area is, if you do need another procedure, how much donor do you have left? Balding is a progressive and continuous thing, so if you're in your early 20s, 20, 21, 22, and you're looking into getting this hair transplant, it might be something you want to do more research on and give a bit more time, because you're going to continue balding, and depending on what you have in your donor area, you might not have enough that can move over and still be balding and be okay, because you're going to fill this area and then this is going to go, and then you're going to have hair here and no hair here. So it's something you definitely want to just be mindful about, and be knowledgeable about, and continue to do your research and speak with your doctor. The main thing is getting a great consult with your doctor so they can give you great feedback and a good narrative to where they think that your balding is going to go in the future versus your family heritage and everything in culmination. Lastly, with the donor area, I've seen a few people ask, does donor area grow back? The honest truth is no. Where the hair is particularly harvested from, there will be no hair that's going to grow back in that direct follicular site. However, the surrounding hairs that were not touched for the harvest will grow normally. You want to go somewhere where you can put your confidence in them, because this is a lifelong scar that you'll have on the back of your head. I have scars. Person who went to the facility that gives them the best mosaic pattern, and it just looks like inconceivable, artwork on the back of their head. They have scars too. If they shave their head bald, you'll see light spots. So everyone gets scars, but we want to go to a good facility that puts us at the least amount of risk for getting these scars, because we're putting our lives into someone's hands. We want them to be knowledgeable about what they're doing. Pretty sure that's 10, but forgive me if I'm wrong. And if it's not, I'll give you another one for free. Don't be afraid to be happy. Live your peace. So again, it's your boy Jake, your registered nurse. I appreciate every like, comment, and subscribe. And when we're in the comment section talking, I love that back and forth and banter, whether it's, you showing love and support, whether it's you having opposing ideas, or just adding to the information that I put. Guys, continue to put that information there, because that's what a family does. A family talks. All right, so we're going to talk, and we're going to continue this journey together. I pray for everybody's family that got affected. All right, serious times right now. Be safe. I got love for each and every one of you guys. You guys stay good. See you on the next video.